Every morning, we rise, ready to meet our human potential, to take that next incremental step, to do the hard work that changes. Set in our preparedness and confidence in that moment when you know, I've got this. And then we rise. Each of us, all of us. We rise as passions coalesce in research, art, athletics, and beyond. We rise to the challenge of inquiry and discovery through undergraduate research and hands-on learning. We rise through the personal attention of a small college, fueled by large university resources. We rise to the need for listening across differences, teaching the art and the act of conversation. We rise to the sounds of a vibrant, diverse, and culturally rich city, and we reflect it. At Trinity University, we recognize that you are here because you are ready to rise. And through a love of learning and a life of learning, we will challenge you to always reach beyond the horizon. Because your future awaits.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Paul McGinley Field for Friday Night Football. This match we got number 5 Trinity Tigers up against visiting UC Santa Cruz Banana Slugs. It's my favorite mascot in all sports is the Banana Slug. I love it so much I gotta get me a stuffed toy Banana Slug, so it's fantastic. I love the Banana Slug. We're going to talk about the Banana Slug in a bit, but I'm Chris Hugman. With me is Scott Lebo. And Scott, last pre-conference game for Trinity at least, not for UC Santa Cruz. How are you feeling for Trinity going into conference play next week?
Intrigued. It's a new conference. A lot of new opponents. We'll see how it goes. I'm absolutely buzzing to see how the team comes out today. They hadn't lost in a long time. So to be coming out after the first loss in a good stretch, McGinley was telling me somewhere in 2023 was the last time they lost a game. So to be coming off of that and a loss that they feel hard done by, that they played really well in, it's an opportunity for them to come out and show, one, that they're better than the loss makes it seem, and two, to say we don't like losing and we're not going to lose anymore. I think you have a real opportunity here to come out with a good energy and set a tone here for the type of team that you're going to be down the stretch.
Yeah, of course, their last loss was last year, but their last non-tournament
loss, regular season
is
loss.
the one we're talking about. And so that was
somewhere in October 2023.
October 1st, 2023, yep. A 2-0 loss to Texas Lutheran in Seguin. So that was their last loss apart from tournament play, their last regular season loss. They are coming into this one off a 3-2 loss to Christopher Newport in, shall we say, interesting circumstances. Some questions about timekeeping. And it was back-to-back games. It was a hard game, I think, for Trinity. Yeah. They played back-to-back days. There was a red card early.
Ranked
opponent who scored in the first minute. I think it was 42 seconds.
Something that Coach McGinley said he'd never had happen to him in his entire career.
I can't remember a game. I've been doing this one for a while. I can't remember seeing one where they've scored that early, that they've conceded. But they only dropped to one place in the rankings, which I think reflects how close that game was. They dropped down 9 in Massey, but that's still 15th, so Still pretty impressive for them. So that's what they're coming into this game off of. UC Santa Cruz, they come into this one off a 1-0 loss to Whittier. Their previous match was also a 3-1 loss to Redlands. They've lost their last 3 away games, including a 2-1 loss to PLU. So they've struggled a little bit away this season, but they're 9-5 in goals. So they've actually, when they've won, they've done really well. They've put some good wins in. Their losses have been tight. That Redlands 3-1 loss is their only loss by more than 1 goal. So I think you got to put that into perspective. They've been in every contest, have the Banana Sogs. They're 4-3. They're in the Coast to Coast Conference, which is a really unique conference. They don't play any conference regular season games. They'll play a conference tournament. They were in the semifinals last year. They lost to Christopher Newport, who Trinity just lost to. So they lost to last year. So really intriguing opponent. But we'll take a look at their starting lineup. One change for them. You got Tobias Jacobson-Bell in goal, Marcus Hevsi Rodriguez, Loya Mamaril, Oliver Gill, Gavin Lane, Katetsu Horike, Soren Grossel, Michael Braun, Xander Crawford, Jackson Chandler, and Avery Edgar are your starters for the Banana Sogs. For the Tigers, 3 changes for them. I think a sign that this is their last non-conference game. Starting in goal is Brandon Gongora, who has played USL for San Antonio FC, Adam Knutson, Luke Chandler, Cade Dugan, Julian Lopez, he comes in for Jason Suko, Zach Anderson, Thomas Kay, Sam Tice, Jeremy Seor, Ethan Cowdrey comes in for Alex Bautov, and Daniel Urquidi are your starters. So a few players that aren't usual starters. Brandon Gongora, it'll be his first collegiate start. And for Ethan Cowdrey, just his second collegiate start. Starting on the left, which is a bit of a surprising move. We'll see if that's true. I think I've been bamboozled by this one, but that's what we're told. But we're going to do the anthem, and then we'll be right back. I don't know how it does it, but every time we have the anthem, the breeze just perfectly picks up behind the American flag so it sways in the wind. Every time. Doesn't matter what time of day the game is. Every time. Just waves exactly perfectly during the anthem. It's so wild to me that that's what happens. But no, so UC Santa Cruz, the Banana Sogs, you may be wondering, what an interesting nickname. Banana Sogs, how'd they get that? Well, it was a vote. It was democracy in action. The Banana Sogs was voted by the student body. It's native to Santa Cruz. The Banana Slug actually lives on campus, which I think is really cool. There aren't many mascots that live on campus. There aren't any tigers walking around the Trinity University campus.
Thankfully.
Yeah, that would be a concern. I think in San Antonio we have the Cardinals just across the road. There are Cardinals that live on the UAW campus. But apart from that, I don't think there's any. So in the San Antonio area. So, pretty cool. They live on campus. What's really interesting about their history is another student vote funded the athletics department back in, I can't remember when it was. It was 2008, maybe? There was a vote from the student body that people expected to fail to continue funding the athletics program by an increase in student fees. They agreed. Students agreed to do it, and that's what has kept the Banana Slugs team going. 2004 runners-up, national runners-up, the UC Santa Cruz Banana Slugs. They like using the slogan, no known predators, because the UC Santa Cruz Banana Slug, the Banana Slug has no known predators. Although, one of the folks in the sports information department said to me that he's a predator of the banana slug.
Whoa.
So big words.
What does that mean?
Big word. I don't know. I think he doesn't like slugs is what I think it is. I think the banana slug's cool. It really does look like a banana. If you've ever seen them curled up, they got like black ends, so they look like a banana when they roll up. It's cool. It really does. If you were just walking around and you saw one, you could easily think it was a banana. Also, some famous alumni have played on this team. 2 former San Antonio Earthquakes players, Stephen Wondolowski and Adam Smart. If you're wondering, Stephen Wondolowski is the brother of a certain Wondolowski who played for the US team.
All right, NCAA soccer.
They will, of course, be playing Southwestern because that's the combination everybody plays in preseason. That might be the combination everybody plays in SAA play too, because they're the only 2 schools anywhere near each other in this part of the world for SAA. So I imagine that'll be the combo. I think one player to keep an eye on for the Banana Slugs, Soren Grossel, junior midfielder, scored 3 goals already this year. He's already laid off an assist. He was second team all coast to coast last year, so one to keep an eye on. For Trinity, there's a whole bunch of players you can keep an eye on, but I've gone with Knutson. He had a goal and an assist last weekend, so I think that's one you got to go with. Also, he's leading the country in game-winning goals, Adam Knutson. He's scored 4 game-winning goals this year, so he leads the country. He's also 7th in active D3 goals with 35, so he needs a couple to move up a bit, but that's where he is as we get underway. It's Trinity in the whites. They're going to be going from right to left on your screen. The Banana Slugs in the blue. They're going to be going from left to right on your screen for this first half. It's been a few weeks since the men have played a game here, so they'll be back at home. They're on the road next week. The Tigers just passing around, certainly a bit makeshift. I will say, he is playing left back. Ethan Cowdrey. He's on the left. It's what we were told. I just don't know if I believed it.
And he's getting up there as well. That was my other question. Is he going to play as a traditional left back in this system?
Shot comes over the bar. Signal of intent, though, from Trinity.
A few other things of note. Looks like Thomas Kay is playing as that deepest line defensive midfielder that drops between the 2 center backs. That's not where we've seen him play so far. Typically actually see him in the attacking midfield. On the other hand, it looks like Kay Dugan is playing in the attacking midfield. He typically plays in that defensive role. So wonder if that's, a permanent switch or if Coach McGinley and his staff are trying things out today.
Yeah, I'd expect Trinity to try some things out. Their next match is their first conference game. And while every game counts, conference games count a little bit more. So it's definitely something to be mindful of. I think they'll experiment a bit today as the ball goes over the top. Clearance works out for UC Santa Cruz at first. Yeah, I think Zach Anderson gave it away when he put his arms up like that. Thought he got the ball. Has a bit of a chat with the referee. They're both smiling about it, so I think there was a good bit of communication there. And the Banana Slugs get us going again. Good ball over the top. I was talking before the game that one thing that works really well at Trinity is playing a ball over the top because the pitch is so big. There's a lot of space everywhere.
Well, I think you kind of just saw it from Ethan Cowdrey's ball over the top. That the fact that, it went over the top, nobody was able to get onto the end of it, and yet it didn't make it quite to the Banana Slugs box. Keeper had to come out, use his feet, which led to Trinity almost picking it up off the loose ball in midfield.
That ball will come out to Cowdrey. Here on the left, plays it over the top. All 7'2" of Ethan Cowdrey. Handball against the Tigers.
Against UC Santa Cruz, actually.
Oh, it was against UC Santa Cruz. He was pointing the different way when I looked, but that's because he was pointing to his hand. So free kick here for the Tigers. Yeah, just went to clear it and it bounced up into his arm, fell to his feet. Kind of have to give those. So, Thomas Kay's over it. Kay Dugan over it.
My guess is that Dugan does the typical dummy run here. Thomas Kay goes to the back post.
That's exactly how it rolls out. Had to make that header. There's a player looming. So you got to make the decision and go for it.
Great
Swung
ball.
in near post to Knutson, who can only send it high and wide, but good ball into Knutson, like you said.
Yeah, first real warning sign from the Tigers there. Kind of the opposite of what we've become accustomed to. I would think Adam Knutson might be out there in the wide area putting in the cross to Samuel Tice, but they're showing they can do it the other way. Tice with a great ball in. The striker doesn't get the chance to cross that much, showing that he can do it nonetheless.
Yeah, it's a good ball in. You could see from that angle behind the goal, Knutson just couldn't get around it enough. Ball bounces. Cowdrey uses his height to win that. Coming in from the left. Gongora in the Tigers' goal. Ball played long. Got in by Tice.
Out wide there again.
Which may be a positional shift here, actually, for this game. Not sure if he's going to stay out there. It's with Akiti. Akiti in the middle for Lopez. Back with Akiti. Beautiful pass through the space. Touch, let the Tigers down. Banana Slugs just can't get it clear. Maybe they will now, yes. Ball forward, there's a big run here from Jackson Chandler. He's onside. One-on-one with the keeper. Jackson Chandler, beautifully timed run. Puts it away, and it's 1-0 for UC Santa Cruz.
Yeah, Trinity have gone to sleep at the back there, and in the build-up as well. It close to offside, but
this is a good look.
I think
he's on.
I think he's on.
He's on.
And when it comes down to it, though, I think Trinity poured numbers forward in that attack. The call from the bench was to get the ball into the box. Daniel Urquidi came up as a center back into a wide position. They wanted him to deliver from there. The entire Trinity midfield pushed up, waiting for that delivery to come. They kept passing it 1, 2, maybe 3 too many times, and eventually lose possession, quick counterattack. Center backs, left back, out of position because of the fact that they were preparing for that ball in, and Trinity are behind.
Yeah, look, clinical counterattack.
That's how you do it.
Perfectly timed run. I actually thought at first glance that he had gotten it wrong.
Me too.
And he should have stayed in the Trinity half. I think he still would have made that ball if he stayed in the half. But looking at that replay, unquestionably, I think he was level and he was onside. That camera was pretty much level with play, so the one above our heads. So it's a lead for the Banana Slugs, 1-0.
And it just shows how interconnected this game is, because Trinity, that's an offensive mistake that leads directly to a goal. No defensive errors there. Nobody makes a missed tackle. Nobody loses their marker. Just players are out of position, don't play a pass as soon as they should. Yeah, Trinity are down 1-0.
Down 1-0. It's the first time the Banana Slugs have led on Trinity since October 24th, 2010. It's the last time UC Santa Cruz held a lead. They scored in the 11th minute of that match, but they went down 3-1 to the Tigers on that occasion. There was a pretty notable combination that was pretty unstoppable for the Tigers. Yuri Ribeiro and Kyle Porter linked up for 2 goals in that one. So, first lead for UC Santa Cruz over Trinity since 2010. They don't play each other a ton, I'll admit. They've only played 8 times. The Banana Slugs do have a win, though, as part of that. It's a 1-7 record for the Banana Slugs. But now Trinity are going to have to come back. Referee signals everything fair. Ball played through the middle. Perales trying to get on the end of it. Well, Lopez was trying to get on the end of it.
If you're the Banana Slugs, this is exactly how you want a game to start against the Tigers.
That's a dream start.
Yeah. I mean, you go ahead, you take an early lead against the team that lost their last game, gave up an early lead in that one, and never really found their way back into it. I mean, just that alone makes it a great start for them. But then you think about the way that Trinity wants to play and the fact that against Trinity you often have to defend for long stints. They're now going to be okay with defending for long stints. They feel like they have something to defend. Often when you're doing that against Trinity, you're defending a tie, a draw. Now there's actually something substantial that they're working for. Trinity have to score 2 goals if they want to take the lead here. Not saying that that can't be done. There's plenty of time. But UC Santa Cruz, they really have something to work towards and defend here. And Trinity, I think, have to just stick with the game plan. Don't change anything. Just keep playing how you were going to play. Don't let UC Santa Cruz change the way that you're going to play, get in your heads, and make you play more aggressive, more direct than you normally would.
Jackson Chandler scoring that goal, 2nd of his season, 3rd of his career. I've noticed this week, in getting ready for this game, that his shooting's been way more accurate this year. He's had 5 shots on target out of 14 this year. His record of his whole career is 34 shots, 9 on. So more than half of his shots on target have come this season.
Brilliant from Adam Knutson there.
Held
Can't
it
find
up
the
really
pass,
well.
but wow.
He's sitting very deep for his standards. Played long. Keeper comes, has to play it with his feet. That really held up, too. I thought for a second. I think the keeper also felt that it was going to come in.
Yeah, Adam put a good deal of spin on that one that just allowed
really
it to sit there.
back.
I think, unfortunately for him, Kate Dugan also thought it was going to go further. Otherwise, he might have made a different shape on his run there.
The ball sent long, but it's going to go all the way through to the keeper. Yeah, it kind of caught everybody out that it spun back like that. I'll be interested to see how Trinity adjusts now. We've talked a bit about players playing in different positions to normal, some different starters to normal, and maybe we'll just see some of that shift now that they're behind. Credit to UC Santa Cruz, got the job done. 1-0 up, really clinical counter. Maybe another chance. The speed up front is difficult. Ball forward with Xander Crawford. Laid in but cleared away by Okiti for a throw.
Doesn't seem to be any indication of any sort of switch as of yet, whether that's on the field in terms of players changing where they're at or from the bench, but we'll see. Still early in this half.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. Like, it happened early, and so you don't want to panic and change everything. You know, what Trinity was doing looked good for passages. Just because you've gone behind on a really swift counterattack doesn't mean you're necessarily doing anything wrong. Just means that UC Santa Cruz did things right.
Yeah, and again, I think it goes back to it's just one too many passes in the attacking third there. You know, the ball was on. There were a few chances. Maybe a pass back to Urquidy should have been a little bit more strong so that he could have crossed it. I think maybe it was a little slow to him, caused him to have to take an extra touch, which then allows defenders to close him down. He tries to find that extra pass now, doesn't quite find it, and the counterattack breaks. But still, it's just little details that make all the difference in this game, and Trinity are behind because of it.
Yeah, you said that. One too many passes in the final third. UC Santa Cruz, 0 passes in the final third. Don't need one when you got to kill a through ball like that and a pacier striker.
And it was clinical finish.
That's a beautiful finish. It was really well done. And Brandon Gregori did everything he could.
Oh, yeah.
Like, made himself big, tried to cover the space. It was obviously where he had to go.
Yes, textbook from him, truly. And I just think it's, oh, wow.
It's another
He's in
through
again.
ball. Trinity have been caught out for the second time.
Great save.
He's gotten a touch on it. He's got exactly enough on it. I thought that might not have been enough. It's going to be a corner for UC Santa Cruz. It's another beautiful through ball.
Trinity need to do something defensively.
Something's got, they're just leaving wide open in the middle. And it's a beautiful ball, just completely broken down in the middle of Trinity. Really good run here from Horike, but a good save from Gongora. I thought maybe he didn't get enough on it, got exactly enough on it. Goes out for a corner in the end. Credit as well to Horike for following up as well. He wasn't content with that strike. And the defense from Trinity did recover well, put it out for a corner.
Well, and it goes back to that first goal and shows you just how quality the finish was on that first goal, because it didn't happen again there. It was a very similar opportunity.
And corner just doesn't quite work out how UC Santa Cruz would have liked. Stays with them though.
That clearance, though, needs to get a little further.
Yeah, got to get it away.
Santa Cruz haven't had to drop their line at all because of it. That might be another corner.
No. That'll be a goal kick for Gongora. Yeah, so Brandon Gongora from San Antonio FC Academy did play one game for San Antonio FC on an academy contract. Came in, I think, because of a red card, if I remember it. But it was against Pittsburgh Riverhounds. Got a yellow card. He has a USL Championship yellow card. He's 6 foot, but does have a long wingspan, does Brandon Gongora. Used all of it to make that save. Could have been 2-0. Maybe should have been 2-0. If it wasn't for Brandon Gongora, it would have been. Now the Tigers have to do something. Got plenty of time, but they need 2. I think a draw in this one would not be enough to keep a number 5 ranking.
I think at this point they just need to, again, I say it a lot with this team, but they need to calm down and not panic. They are an extremely talented team. If they play their style and their brand, they will score goals. We've seen it all season. Don't panic. Keep doing what you know how to do.
But now the Banana Sogs, maybe another chance to play the ball through. Looks like they are trying to sit almost a sweeper back now to make up for those 2 mistakes that nearly resulted in goals. Cowdrey comes forward well, just plays the ball a little too high. Maybe forgot that everybody else isn't as tall as he is. Also, Zach Anderson is one of the shorter guys on the pitch. And in the middle to Knutson. Cowdrey's making a run up on the left here. I'll tell you what, the first game this season, Cowdrey looked like a mummy. He was just completely bandaged up, but now he's moving really freely. Clearance isn't really good enough from the Banana Slugs. Falls to Knutson. Gets past one, has to cut it back. Keeper does well, had to get there. And he did.
Great tackle from Thomas K.
Beautiful challenge. Needed to be. Follows up again. And okay, eventually gets away. Trinity thought it was their ball. Luke Chandler thought it was their ball, but they came back. We're getting another look at this. Really great work from Knutson. Break through the defenders. Has to square it. It's agonizingly close to Samuel Tice. But goalkeeper Hevesi Rodriguez does enough. Or Hevesi Rodriguez does enough to come off and stop that. Tigers get their referee says all ball. So does the UC Santa Cruz bench. And it is going to be a foul against UC Santa Cruz. Get a look at this here. Yeah, certainly all ball from the Tigers. Have a look at this one. Yeah, I don't know. Marginal.
I think Adam Knutson does that really well. He gets his body in between the player and the ball and then really just draws the contact. As a defender, you know, I had somebody do that to me over the weekend, and very frustrating. Not fun to deal with. You just can't get around them. You try to reach for the ball, and they're just going to go down.
Yep.
It's good. It's good play, though. It's a good way to maintain possession and make sure you don't give it up, especially there in a situation where you have your back turned to the way you want to go.
There's a bit of frustration there from the Tigers. Sort of were forced into giving up a throw-in that for a while didn't look like they'd have to give up. They Well, holding possession, but the touch just kind of let him down there, put him in some pressure. But now the Tigers back with it. Switch coming on for Cowdrey. And Cowdrey's going to make a run. Looking for Knutson. It was a decent ball, but just a little too long. Going to be interested to see Cowdrey's meters ran after this, because it's going to be the most he's done in his career, I think.
Yeah, they're asking a lot of him, truly. I mean, from what we've seen so far in this game, he almost seems like a focal point of the way the Tigers want to play today. And as much as I think he's an extremely talented player who has the ability to do that, you said it before, it's his second start with the team. And so to ask him to be such a focal point is a big ask. And it's really hard to be a focal point of a team from an outside back position.
When it's his second start, and it's a start in a position he's not really accustomed to. He typically plays in the center.
Yeah.
And now they've put him on left back. I don't know if he's left-footed.
Yeah, give him a lot of credit so far.
He's doing well.
I think he's doing a lot of what they're asking him to do, but they're just asking a lot, and simply no person could do everything they're asking him to do perfectly. Whether or not this is an intentional thing or the ball just keeps finding him, we'll have to wait and see.
Really beautiful ball, but he's offside. So, good save in the, you don't want that ball to hit the back of the net anyway. We'll say if there's anyone that can do the running. I mean, Ethan Cowdrey does have a running pedigree. His dad, Matt, ran Ironman triathlons. He might still run Ironman triathlons. I'm sure I'll get confirmation on that. And but his mum, Lisa, ran ultramarathons. They both represented Great Britain at a pretty high level. So
I'll tell you what, though, it's very clear to me so far why he has gotten the start. I think rightly so. They like what he brings to the team in a number of different areas. One, I think he's got a tremendous long ball that we've seen a couple of times so far. It hasn't panned out, but they clearly want him to be doing that. And then two, they want to utilize his size. When it goes up on the right side, they want him to crash down at the back post and be an option for the long ball.
Beautiful challenge, too, from Cowdrey.
And then additionally,
wins the throw.
Additionally, I think when Trinity get back defensively, they want him to be one of the first players back and almost make it, a 3-back by forcing him inside, helping with the long balls and using his size really well. They're asking a lot of him. He's got the abilities to do it. I just don't know if he can do it all at once.
And now another counter danger here with a few defensive players forward for Trinity. And maybe that's what's going on. Maybe they're just pushing too many forward all at once.
I do think that's part of it.
Back with Dugan. Dugan lays it back for Chandler. Chance to switch for Akiti. That is what they're going to do. With Cowdrey forward. Got the option. Goes back instead to Kay. Kay putting a big switch on. This is a big run. It's going to need a big run to keep it in. Does. Hooks it back. More to just keep it in than anything. And it goes with the Banana Slugs in Xander Crawford. It's going to be a throw-in for UC Santa Cruz. Pretty easy decision, that, because if he didn't get the ball, he took the player out. So a throw-in for the Banana Slugs. About 20 minutes gone here in the first half. UC Santa Cruz 1, Trinity 0. Hoofed away by Luke Chandler. Goes out for a throw.
Both teams have looked sloppy and uncomfortable over the last 10, 15 minutes or so. I think UC Santa Cruz came out really strong. Since the second opportunity to score, though, they haven't looked the same, and Trinity haven't looked themselves all game yet.
But another opportunity for UC Santa Cruz to throw it in the attacking third. Might be a long throw, but it is hard to get a long throw. You don't have a lot of space on that sideline. So yeah, throws it into the ground, crossed in. Going to be cleared away by Anderson and then by Knutson. Ball bounces. It's all about second ball here. Headed forward. The Banana Slugs always shanked that one. It goes out for a throw.
They've done well there to gain a lot of ground, Trinity. Just the fact that Samuel Tice didn't make it easy for them to clear it, just allowed the rest of his team to get up, and that's huge. We talk about it, it's a territorial gain, and Trinity get so much field position just from that clearance.
Yeah, I mean, maybe a bit of fortune to it, but you make your own luck. So.
Yeah.
You know, you put the ball forward in the first place. It would have been real easy for Knutson to give up on that or play something simpler, but he hoofed it forward. Big territorial gain. Cowdrey put the pressure on. That's a lot of why Trinity get that ball back. Knutson going to go all the way back to Gongora. As Knutson will get back into position. Lays it off for Chandler. Looks like Cowdrey's playing even further forward right now than he was. Cowdrey wants the ball. We'll get it now. Yeah, no touch, so it'll be a throw for UC Santa Cruz. I'll tell you what, the Trinity players looking like they've put in a shift already. It's warm. Well, we've definitely had warmer days, although it is hot. It was supposed to cool down today, so I'm very upset about it. That's frustrating from the Banana Sagas. Grosso does all the hard work, but then passes the ball straight back to the Tigers.
They're just not on the same page
this
right
time
now.
he's offside. Yeah.
Nobody is.
Yeah,
I
nobody
mean,
from any team is really.
Yeah.
I know, Gongora and Okiti have been linking up pretty well out of the back for the Tigers.
Yeah, that makes for some really, really high quality football, you
Your
know.
goalkeeper and your centre back linking up. So maybe now, though, Tigers have a chance to link up. Really good fake there. Dugan back for Kay. Kay for Akiti. Cowdrey running centrally for Knutson to maybe do something. Does well, beats one, can't beat the second. That's a beautiful sliding challenge from Marcus Hevesi Rodriguez.
It's a big difference there. Again, Urquidy comes forward in possession there, but this time, big difference from the goal. Thomas Kay, as that defensive midfielder, that furthest back defensive midfielder, he comes and fills there. I think that might be the big thing that leads to that first goal as well. Nobody went and filled when Urquidy came forward, and Chandler was left on his own.
Big throw that from Knutson. I have some thoughts on how Knutson does that. He doesn't do a legal throw-in. That's how he does that. A lot of spin on that ball that can really only be generated from throwing it on yourself.
Is that not? I thought the rules changed.
You got to go straight behind your head. You can't go side on.
I had been told that the rules on that had changed.
Oh, maybe I'm wrong.
At
Maybe
least
they have.
in the U.S. I don't know about everywhere.
It could be in
but-
college. There could be a different rule in college soccer. That
Well, I've also seen it. I saw it recently at
MLS.
the high school level.
Oh, okay. All
It
right.
wasn't called. There was a lot of complaining about it when it first got thrown in.
I haven't seen anyone complain about it, so you could be right. It could be a rule change.
So
Because he
and-
did that in front of the UC Santa Cruz bench. Ball forward for Tice, looking for Knutson. Good contest there from Anderson. Keeper will come though. And again, it's a hard one for the referee. You can see him shielding his eyes.
Yeah.
Looks like we're going to see a line change here from Trinity. Three getting ready to come on.
Kaysen Dilworth, Joey Perryman, and Alex Baltov. Two outside backs, so I wonder if
Yeah, I suspect
Xiao and Cowdrey.
Cowdrey will be given. Cowdrey essentially replaced Baltov in the starting lineup for this one.
Yeah. Cowdrey looks like he's putting a shift.
Akiti goes out for a Trinity throw. They are going to make the subs.
In for the Tigers, number 10, Joey Perriman. Number 20, Alex Baltov.
And it will be Cowdrey,
Number 24,
Dugan, and Xiao coming off. So a solid shift from the three. Does bring on another starter, though.
Cowdrey really put in a shift. He is drained right now.
Yeah, he did not look shattered to come off. His throw comes on, headed away. That was almost too good a throw from Adam Knudsen. It's like having a corner. When
Oh
you have something
boy.
like a throw like that. Another chance here for the Banana Slugs. His throw. Defense has come back, though, well. They've pushed him wide. That was really good work defensively. A good recovery to push him wide, whereas before he was able to just run clean through. That was Soren Grossel this time.
Well done from Zach Anderson there, and they've got space.
No one in the middle, though, so he's going to have to go wide.
Santa Cruz left so many players back there. I mean, he picks up the ball, and he's got all this space to run through midfield, and he looks forward, and he's got 1, 2, 3 maybe teammates ahead of him, and yet 4 or 5 defenders are still back for the Banana Slugs.
Yeah, they
It's
kind
just
of
not numbers up.
let him have the space
so
that they could defend. So good work, and it forced the shot from distance,
Yep.
you know?
That would be a situation where, again, I think, Tice forces the shot. Why not hold it, wait for players to get back round, and try and build something rather than trying to force it through 5 bodies from 30 yards away?
That was a needless foul there from the Tigers. Man's got no support. Did Xander Crawford. He had no support. He had very few options. You were going to win that ball anyway. And so to drag him down when he's already fallen just was pointless there. All it's done is give the Banana Slugs another chance to build something up. Goes back for Gongora. Doesn't pick it up. I think he thought it may have come back off a boot. Gathered in
Awkward
by
bounces there, got
Tice.
lost for a second.
I don't think Tigers will be complaining too much about that bounce. Fell favourably, but yeah, certainly difficult to defend when it's bouncing and deflecting around like that. Not much comes of it anyway. Goes all the way back to Gongora. And the Tigers will reset again. Chandler played forward. Now with Anderson. Okidi. Okidi back for Anderson. Loose pass from the Tigers and the Banana Slugs away. Good work from Okidi. Just drifted his man well, but another dangerous through ball from the Banana Slugs. They keep happening. It keeps being all this space in the middle for the Banana Slugs to exploit. Ball played over the top from Trinity. Keepers come. Didn't get their big appeal from the Tigers bench. He looks to his AR. It's going to be a free kick. It's out of the box. And it will be a yellow card to the keeper here as well. Kind of have to. Angle really cuts out any discussion of dog-so because from a tight angle, it's already close in. So yellow card. Pretty easy decision there for the official. Tobias Jacobson-Bell. That'll be the first yellow card of his career. And I believe he's hit 50 career saves today. I'm just having a look. Yeah, he has 2 saves. That makes it 50 career saves for Tobias Jacobson-Bell.
Hey, watch 4!
So free kick here for the Tigers. And now, right after they've taken Cowdrey off, who gives them a lot of height in the box. Goes far post.
Whoa.
The contest was there. It was interesting. One of the players about to come on for Santa Cruz said, watch 4. And that ball went exactly to Luke Chandler, who wears number 4.
Yeah, I
He
don't
saw
think
it
he's
coming.
scored one from a set piece or maybe at all this season, but last year he was a dangerous player from the corner kicks. Kept
He has
working it to him
one
on the
goal
back
this
post.
season, but it wasn't a set piece.
Yeah.
This shows there's a really great angle for that one. Got on it, but just, I think the keeper puts enough pressure on, makes the header difficult.
I wonder if the keeper even gets a slight touch on it before Chandler
Before
does, just
Chandler
the way
gets
it
it.
pops up.
That's a beautiful punt out. Well, I guess not a punt because it was a goal kick. AFL Grand Finals today, so I guess I'm thinking about punting. Brisbane Lions, Geelong Cats. Goes out for a throw. Gonna go out for a throw again for the Banana Sogs, who've, I guess, always had an element of control about it since going ahead. They haven't looked overly troubled. I think that's something that Paul McGinley will want to change at halftime. He is the winningest active coach in Division 3. Ball goes long looking for Knudsen. That's a vital header. Really had to slow Knudsen down. That's exactly what it did. Good work from Avery Edgar. Knudsen stays with it. The yell from the bench is well done, Adam, right before it goes away. Now it's back with Knudsen. Laid off. Back with Kay. Kay plays it across for Akiti. Akiti has a look at his options and goes back to Kay. Goes over. Oh, there was a challenge there. The man was back there. Quit out. Looks like it took out one of our cameras. But it was offside anyway, so that will not matter. If you're wondering how the offside gets called when it was a defensive pass, it was because the pass wouldn't have to have been made if the defensive player if the attacking player wasn't offside. So that's how you call it.
Yeah, you can't impact play.
Yeah, he impacted the play. That wouldn't have had to make that pass like that if the player wasn't there. So that's why it's offside. There's passive offside and active offside. Although Arsene Wenger had some good thoughts about passive offside. He said, if you're not impacting the play, what are you doing on the pitch? So he didn't think there was such a thing. Of course, he also had strikers that lived offside, so I don't know what he meant by that. Because it didn't reflect in the way Arsenal played in the 90s and thousands.
Well, you can be offsides and impact play.
Well, his argument was you have to always be impacting play because you're on the field.
Well, I think what you
Arsene
want to do
Wenger
with
had
those
a
players
habit.
is you leave them offside because the way that they impact play is defenders have to decide whether or not you're going to pay attention to them and how you're going to mark them, right? You want to leave them offside, but then what if they make a darting run back through and it gets played at the right moment and you're not paying attention and they're unmarked? And you often see it. Forwards will just sit offside and then wait.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot. This is also before VAR too, so. Does it stay in? It does. Anderson lays it off. In the middle, headed clear. Cleared away again. Yeah, Wenger also had a habit of whenever something bad happened to Arsenal, he definitely saw it. Whenever something bad was done by Arsenal, he didn't know what happened because he didn't see it. So, you know. Played forward. He's definitely on. He has some support. That's what he finds. Squares it off for Kotetsu Hurike.
Yeah,
Back with Joaquin Greenberg blocked. Yeah, I would have liked to have seen
I think the pass
Hurike go for it.
I think the pass to Hurike just holds up in the air a
Yeah.
little too long, allows
give
the
him the
Trinity
space.
defenders to get back, and all of a sudden the space that was provided to them in almost a counter sort of situation was gone as Trinity recovered well. So interestingly, I think the Banana Slugs are playing a 5-back. It's just not something you see too often. in today's game. I think you see a lot of 3-backs as Trinity come forward here.
Anderson plays it out for Perryman. But just played through.
You see a lot of 3-backs with, wing backs who you would almost consider to be more of midfielders, but consistently, whenever they're in the back third, whenever they drop into their block, as you call it, when the other team gets a period of sustained possession, whenever they go into their block, they've got 5 players back along that back line, and their outside backs are recovering really well. Then in front of them, they sit 2 defensive midfielders who are full of running, willing to do the work. Then they've got an attacking midfielder and 2 strikers at times. Sometimes one of the strikers drops back into the attacking midfield, but I think that's what has made it really difficult for Trinity today. I think we might be looking at a really different game had the Banana Slugs not taken advantage of a Trinity mistake early on to score, because clearly they have come here set up to defend really, really hard. And as I said at the beginning, teams often come to Trinity setting up to defend really, really hard. But now that they have a goal to defend, it's a whole different ball game. And you, again, look at the 3 center backs they've had. Case and Dilworth has some space here.
Anderson laid it off to Knutson. And the Banana Slugs will clear it out.
The 3 central players in the Banana Slugs back line: 6'2", 6'3", 6'1". Trinity have been trying to play balls into the air, but they're winning almost everything straight out of the air. So you sit back and you say, you can't play through us because we've got too many guys back here. So then Trinity tries to cross, and you say, no, you can't cross in because we're too big and too good out of the air. So Trinity has to now find some other way of breaking down UCSD. And so far, they've got no answers, and they are extremely frustrated. The chemistry is not showing up right now. They just don't look like they're on the same page, and I think a lot of credit there goes to the defensive work of UCSD.
Yeah. Banana Slugs have been doing well. It stays in, definitely stayed in. Play it down though. Oh, you got to take advantage of those chances because of what you were saying. Like with players, with 5 at the back, they had to play it down. They had a chance to go for it.
Notable switch Trinity
through.
has made, maybe to try and deal with that. Samuel Tice has dropped into the attacking midfield role, so it's him and Perryman in there now. Adam Knutson is at the 9.
Which
so they're trying to get him in
most of the season.
Yeah, they're trying to get Knutson. They've essentially Knutson and Tice have switched their typical roles. They're trying to get Knutson now into more of the goal-scoring opportunities.
Yep. That is a goal kick. Just couldn't quite tell what the referee's signal was. So goal kick here. Tick under 6 minutes to go here. It's UC Santa Cruz 1, Trinity 0.
I also think it's interesting when you look at who Trinity's got on the field right now. You could make the argument that all 3 of their attacking most players are number 9s. I think Adam Knutson, who's actually playing in the number 9 role, is the least accustomed to playing in that role. I think both Perryman and Tice would say their ideal position is in the number 9.
Yeah, I think that's a fair argument.
I'm also noticing both Hodge McDonald, who's come onto the pitch, and Zach Anderson, who are playing as the other 2 midfielders. So you've got the 2 attacking midfielders, then you've got the defensive midfielder between the center backs, right? Trinity typically let Hodge McDonald and Zach Anderson, or whoever's playing in those roles, stay a little deeper. But it feels to me recently that both of them are pushing higher than we've seen normally. Trinity are trying to put numbers in. What it's resulting in so far, though, is huge gaps for both teams. UCSD's back line and midfield, their defensive midfielders, are very split from their attacking line, and Trinity's back line is very split from their midfield and attackers.
And off. You see Santa Cruz trying to get back to something. Way back. Run made from Gavin Lane. Goes forward. Looks to chip Gongora. That's
save.
a great save from Gongora. Puts it out for a corner. Beautiful ball from Lawyer Mamaril to find Jackson Chandler.
Wow.
It's at full stretch in the air. Does well. Makes a great save. And that could have been 2-0. Again, another save.
It's another close one, though. And I think
Close for offside. I think he was on, but
it's been a few times. I mean, they've had a few chances. Even the goal,
and I think
people were unsure about.
Trinity's complaint is, well, maybe it was offside, but the defense just hasn't been there at all.
No, and I think like we said earlier, we both thought that after the replay that the first goal, while we may have thought live that it was offside, when we see the replay, I think it's on.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, if you defend better, then you don't have to worry about it. Would be my discussion point at halftime. I'm sure Trinity players might say, "Well, but he was off." I don't think he was. I think he was on, and just defend better anyway. There's going to be marginal calls. We don't have VAR. We don't have the lines on the screen. You know, you just got to make sure that those things don't happen in the first place. It's Tigers with a great counter. But again, just UC Santa Cruz numbers back quickly. They don't need to throw plays forward. They're 1-0 up against Trinity, against number 5 Trinity, the Banana Slugs.
Yeah, and the few players that they do have forward are doing so well at holding the ball for long enough chunks of time to give the defenders time to rest and recover so that they can do that hard defensive work. I'm not going to say that, earlier in the game I said Trinity need to keep playing the way that they're playing. And I'm not going to say that the way that they typically play is not going to work in this game. But with that being said, at this moment, if I'm Coach McGinley, I'm making system changes for the second half. I'm not coming out and playing the same way that we just did. Either in terms of shape or in terms of how we play. Like the two things that come to mind for me is switching to a 3-back, because UCSD has no attacking threat on the wings, but they are very threatening, particularly in between the two center backs. So you go to a 3-back, which honestly they just brought Luke Mayfield in. You could make that argument, but you go to a 3-back, all of a sudden you're stronger in the center of the pitch, and you have an extra player going forward in attack. Not sure what's happening here.
Yeah, some discussion about the clock. Trinity getting real familiar with clock discussions this season. UC Santa Cruz weren't happy the clock was stopped. And so basically, Trinity players are now just going down to stop the clock at this point.
Well, so I think what happened.
I think there was an injury.
So Trinity wanted to make a set of subs, and they set up to make the set of subs. One of the players that was coming off was injured. And because of that, the referee signaled for the clock to be stopped and for him to make a sub. But that means Trinity can't make the other subs.
Yeah, they can only make the sub for the injured player because it's not their possession.
So that was the complaint then. It's either the clock shouldn't be stopped because they're doing a bunch of subs, or it's stopped for an injury. And so then that's why you see Trinity players saying, okay, well, I'm hurt. That's why so I'm coming off injured, which obviously it's
referee didn't buy that for even a second. In fact, they're fortunate to not end up with yellow.
That's what I think it was pretty clear that is
the first one was absolutely a legitimate injury. He was limping off.
Yes.
No question about that.
seemed like everybody kind of understood that is kind of a joke for like Adam to go down like injured, but it's a risk. You don't necessarily want to make that sort of joke with the referee.
And the coach, like with there was tension in the air that maybe shouldn't have done that. I think the referee understood. Oh yeah, you could hear that from here. That was boot on boot.
Yep.
Not a ton of malicious intent, just trying to clear the ball.
You gotta hurry up with this.
Yeah, Trinity have to hurry. The clock's not going to stop.
Yep, and now it will stop because UCSD are standing
over the
too
ball.
close to the ball, delaying the restart.
You could see Knutson signal to the referee to stop the clock. Trinity maybe should have gone for a quick restart and kicked it into the UC Santa Cruz players and get. That would also stop the clock.
Stop the clock and get you a yellow card, and you still have the set piece.
Clock stopping is at the discretion of the referee, so there's no there are a few flat rules, but one of them is this kind of situation where it's a delay of game, but not in a way you're going to necessarily yellow for that every time. But big opportunity here for the Tigers. 30 seconds left in the half. Knutson's over
extra to the wall.
Yeah, I think a smart move.
6 players. They're looking to see if it's going to be a short taken one.
It's 1-1. 29 seconds to go in the half. The Tigers are level.
Pick that out of the top corner, Alex Baltov. Wow.
Alex Baltov with phenomenal hit. I think confused everybody because the UC Santa Cruz defense was expecting that to be taken by Knutson. Baltov takes it, surprises the UC Santa Cruz defense, and equalizes. It's a great hit. Let's see the view from the keeper here. How late does he see? Oh, he never sees it. By the time he sees it, it's in the back of the net.
Wow.
There's no chance to save that.
And that's interesting. Trinity set up with the right-footed player Adam Knutson, left-footed player Alex Baltov. Baltov arrives late. Everybody thinks Knutson's taking it.
Yep.
They even think, oh, maybe he's going to take it short to Baltov. You see the way by the way that the wall sets up, players are ready to sprint up off the wall to step to Baltov if he shoots. But that confusion they created, and then the wall is set up on the wrong side.
Oh, yeah,
because
it was
set up for
completely set up for
Knutson.
Knutson and just absolutely bamboozled him. That's
Wow.
a stunning bit of work. Alex Baltov scores in the final minute of the half.
That's a peach of a set.
Excuse us trying to find the words for that one. That was a stunning goal. It's his first goal of the season, third of his career. Alex Baltov. What a hit.
Stunning hit, stunning set play as well. That's off the training ground between Knutson and Baltov. They worked that perfectly.
That's beautiful work. Makes it 1-1 at halftime. There's your halftime stats, 7 shots to 5. Both teams with 3 on target, 2 saves apiece. UC Santa Cruz giving away a few more fouls, but it's been very even. I think those stats tell the tale. The scoreboard tells the tale. It's 1-1. Some work for Trinity to do. There's been some obvious issues that they've got to fix in the second half. But that free kick covers up a multitude of sins. Stunning free kick. 1-1 at halftime. We'll be back in about 14 minutes to bring you the second as we have a look at some of the highlights for the first half. This is that opening goal. We think it was onside. I think it was real close, but I think the replay clearly shows it's onside. It's a beautifully placed goal. Really well done from Jackson Chandler. And that free kick, the keeper just doesn't see it until it's almost past him.
No, and it's already asking a lot of him.
This is where you see it. That's where you can see it. By the time you can see it, you don't have enough time to react.
And that's going straight into the top corner anyways. It's already going to be really difficult for him to get there. Wow. With that, we'll go to halftime. We'll be back for the second half of action here on Tiger Network.
Every morning, we rise, ready to meet our human potential, to take that next incremental step, to do the hard work that changes. Set in our preparedness and confidence in that moment when you know, I've got this. And then we rise. Each of us, all of us. We rise as passions coalesce in research, art, athletics, and beyond. We rise to the challenge of inquiry and discovery through undergraduate research and hands-on learning. We rise through the personal attention of a small college fueled by large university resources. We rise to the need for listening across differences, teaching the art and the act of conversation. We rise to the sounds of a vibrant, diverse, and culturally rich city, and we reflect it. At Trinity University, we recognize that you are here because you are ready to rise. And through a love of learning and a life of learning, we will challenge you to always reach beyond the horizon. Because your future awaits.
Welcome back. Second half here, shaping to be a good one. 1-1 the score at halftime. Early counterattack from UC Santa Cruz. Found the back of the net. And an amazing free kick equalized for the Tigers. So that's where we stand, 1-1. I'm Chris Hockman, with me is Scott Lebo. Heck of a first half, Scott. What are you expecting here in the second? What needs to happen in the second?
It's an interesting first half. I think UCSD came out playing a very specific brand. They knew what they wanted to do, and they did it really well. They frustrated Trinity. They got their goal early. Maybe they weren't expecting that, but they got it early, and they defended it very well. Unfortunate, honestly, for them that Trinity score in the way they do, because the way UCSD defended, they did not give Trinity a chance to score. It took something out of the top drawer to beat them. What I expect to see in this second half is a very different Trinity style. I said it before halftime, if Trinity are going to get something out of this game, it's going to take a change. Now, I do think, if they score from another set piece, then of course. But if they're going to score from open play, it's going to need to be something different than their typical style.
And so we get kicked off here for the second half. It'll be the Tigers in the white going from left to right here in the first half. The UC Santa Cruz going from right to left. I said first half. Second half. Trinity in the white going from left to right on your screen. UC Santa Cruz in the blue going from right to left on your screen as we get going. Yeah, basically back to as we were. It's basically like it was scoreless and everything's completely different. So we'll see how things go after we basically didn't have a first half now that it's level again. So 45 minutes to decide it.
We've got a goalkeeper change for Trinity as well.
Goalkeeper change for Trinity. Is that Luis Junta coming into the Tigers' goal? Not terribly surprised. I thought that might be what their plan was when Gongora started. They want to give minutes. I think it's pretty clear that Junta and Gongora are the two more fringe goalkeepers.
Yeah, they're both first years.
Yeah,
and I think for both of them, it's an opportunity to get them in the game and give them a chance to develop a little bit.
So it'll be a free kick here for the Tigers. I think it got him in the back of the head. I don't know if the pain that he's experiencing is from how he fell or from the impact, but you don't want to mess around with any head knocks or anything like that. So we'll just stop the game, make sure everything can be okay. He'll get a head injury protocol that we have to follow.
I think Trinity are going to play with 10 men.
Yeah, I think they'll play with 10. They feel
happening,
pretty
yeah.
confident that he'll pass it.
Yeah, he seemed upset that he had to come off
But
to do it.
Them's the rules. We
Yeah.
can't mess around with head injuries. NCAA college soccer is the real leader in this. They were the first league to bring in concussion checks for players in soccer anywhere in the world. So I really appreciate it. I think it's great. Players don't like it in the moment.
Yeah, well, I'll be the first to tell you I've had some pretty bad experiences with concussions, and I just for this week in the paper, the Trinitonian just wrote a piece on how we need to make sure that we're taking concussions seriously. So whether Mayfield likes it or not, it's important just to make sure as he's back.
Yeah, he's
into the
back
play
on.
now.
He did the check. He's back.
As we expected him to be.
Asked him what year it was.
How many fingers?
How many fingers? What month is it? There was a time in Australia where you couldn't ask who the Prime Minister was because we had so many in the space of a couple months. This ball goes out. Thrown in, but it's back with UC Santa Cruz. There's some danger here. Michael Braun is open. That's who it goes to. That's a beautiful little header over the top. Trying to find Jackson Chandler, the goal scorer. Some Chandler on Chandler violence there. Luke Chandler. They are not related.
Hodge McDonald's press there from the top was really good. He's getting a role here in the second half that he's not used to, at least from what we've seen with him, playing in that number 9 role, similar to Adam Knutson. You know, he's an attacking midfielder by trade, at least from what we've seen from him so far. He's up in that number 9 role, playing a different role for this second half. A lot of big changes for the Tigers.
Yeah, I think, look, it's their last chance to do any sort of real experimentation.
Yeah.
You know, unless they can get some big leads in conference play, they're not really going to get a chance. And this is a chance. Speaking of chances, UCSC.
I think it's interesting, though, that they go back to experimenting, or I guess you can't really say for sure whether it's experimenting or, I mean, I said it at the end of the first half. I think they need to try something different. Is it experimenting, or are they trying something different that they think is going to work to win the game? Matthew Kirk, the assistant coach, has been one of their main tactics guys. He's had the tactics board over there a few times during the season, made adjustments at halftime.
Saw him do that with the subs actually coming on in the first
so
half.
that's what, and I was going to say, he just then at the start of the second half actually came onto the field for the huddle. So maybe giving some final tactical instructions to this group.
Free kick here for the Banana Slugs. Taken by Michael Braun. Far post. Oh, it was a good opportunity. It's fallen in the end to nobody. And it will be a goal kick. That's a bit of a let-off.
Yeah. It's a great ball in. And he makes contact on it. He arrives. It just slices. It gets a little bit of his hair. He needs to hit that harder. And if he does, dangerous opportunity. That's going on target if he gets his head fully on that. It's a great ball.
Maybe if he was that Manchester United fan that's not cutting his hair until they win. Was it they got to win five straight games?
5 games in a row.
That man's never cutting his hair.
I feel like that's a big ask in professional anyway, with draws being as prevalent as they are. Like, that's asking your team to be not just decent,
it's okay.
but to be
he could
good.
he could cut his hair when Manchester United's in the championship. I'm sure they'll win. I'm sure they'll manage to win 5 games in a row in the championship.
I was saying that just do 5 games unbeaten.
5 games without a loss.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he would have got a good header, although it would have probably embedded in his hair. I mean, that man's got a nice head of hair.
It's been like 500 days or something since
It's been a long time. When he did it, he thought it was only going to be like a couple months tops. And it has not. It's been a long time. If there's one thing I like more than a bit, it's commitment to a bit. So, thrown here for Trinity, thrown in quickly by Joey Perryman.
Wow, what a touch.
Beautiful touch off his chest.
I'm not sure how he kept that in.
Yeah, it's stunning.
Is like he the chest touch, it went so far away from him, and then it had spin on it to keep it in play. How are you spinning that like that with your chest?
He had to like flex his pecs just right to get the spin on it.
He's been in the gym.
He's getting swole.
He's doing some interesting workouts.
Doing something in the gym. It's like those bodybuilders that can flex their pecs on command without moving their entire arm. That's the only way I can move my pec, because I have to move my whole arm.
Me too.
Throw in here for the Tigers. Played short. Offside. Oh, that's... I got to be honest.
That's a pet peeve.
I hate it. He's looking up the line, and it's off
It's
a
off the
throw.
throw.
Like you threw it in.
You know you're offside.
You know where the line is. Oh.
That's like,
I don't have any paper notes, but they'd be strewn everywhere by now. Yeah, that's one of my pet peeves. If you look up the line, you gotta know you're offside, especially if you're throwing.
yeah, from
all
a
right.
throw-in is rough.
It's unforgivable. I gotta move on. And just watch the rest of the game, because
I'll tell you, there is one that can be worse. You take a corner kick short,
and then they pass it
and then
straight
they
back
pass
to
it
you.
back to the corner kick taker, and he's offside.
Infuriating.
That's the worst.
Yeah, that one's worse. I'll give you that.
I had a coach of my club team in high school tell us, like, if you ever do that, you're not playing for the rest of the game, and you are running at next like.
Yeah, doing some laps.
It's that was like the most unforgivable thing you could do.
Yeah.
Red card, who cares? Give up a penalty,
Look,
whatever.
red cards happen, but yeah, passing the ball back to a corner taker who is obviously offside. Yeah, that one. Look, own goals, red cards, those things happen.
Yep.
You know? But that's one you can avoid. That's frustrating too, because that was a good opportunity for Trinity that they just literally threw away. Played forward, needed to be a good run.
Great touch.
Perryman spread out wide. It's a really interesting lineup actually to start the second half. Keeper claims well, really good work. Actually, I haven't brought you who started for both teams for this half, and I should do that. So for UC Santa Cruz, your starters are Jacobson Bell, Christie, Mamarill, Castro, Hevesi Rodriguez, Krawick, Valencia, Braun, Nyman, Chandler, and Edgar. For Trinity, your starters are Junta, Dugan, Chandler, Perryman, McDonald, Anderson, Kay, Lopez, Bautov, Mayfield, and Okidi. Very different lineup to the one that started the match. Nice, good defense. Going to put it out for a throw.
It'll be something for me to ask Coach McGinley about after the game.
And so Tigers throw it in. This time they're not going to pass it back to the throw-in taker. Although maybe they should have. Oh, that's a beautiful challenge. Needed to be from Chandler, because UCSC, there's too many letters. UCSC were able to get away. Would have been able to get away if it wasn't for Chandler. I just call them banana slugs, that way I don't have to say the acronym. Goes out for a throw. That's thrown in by Mayfield. There was another one where he could have got an opponent for encroaching if he threw it quick, because he jumped up to stop the throw, but he was well within the range. I think it's 2 meters you got to be back.
I think one of the biggest changes I've noticed in this second half, at least from a Trinity perspective, is Kay Dugan being that defensive midfielder player again who drops between the two center backs. It's something that he's done on a number of occasions during the season. In the first half when he was playing in an attacking midfield role. Now he's back to that role, and I think it's very, very intentional to say that was one of the places we struggled in the first half. Let's get one of the players who we have who knows how to do this job and has done this job before back in there. We can experiment on other areas of the field, but that's somewhere we can't afford to experiment.
Perryman, beautiful link-up play there between Perryman and Mayfield. You could see, I don't know if you could see it on the broadcast, but it happened right in front of me, so I saw it. Joey Perryman just with a real subtle little point to Mayfield that he was going to go get the ball and send it back to him. Really clever. Worked out in the end, a big territorial game. Akiti on the ball now.
Tigers look a lot more comfortable in possession to start the second half than they did at any point in the first half, to be honest.
Yeah, it's just that counter, though. They've still got to look out for it.
Yep.
I think it's been phenomenally dangerous from the Banana Slugs.
Well, I think that's a big reason why Cade Dugan is going to sit back a lot in this second half.
Just a bit of a shanked clearance, and so it's going to be a throw for UC Santa Cruz.
I think just drifts off to the left a little bit more than he's expecting there. Gets away from him.
I enjoy that their jersey has a little banana slug embedded in the acronym. Really dig it. I'm also a sucker for yellow and navy as a color combo. As anyone who's looked at my jersey collection would attest, because of the Central Coast Mariners dominating. Play it up the line.
Well,
Opportunity here.
I'm a fan of it too. I'm a Michigan fan, so.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they wear this combo.
Yeah.
The blue and the Mariners are yellow and blue, which is the alternate for UC Santa Cruz. They wear yellow and blue sometimes. I think white is their other alternate.
Important sub to note for Santa Cruz. I think maybe giving two midfielders a long halftime. Oliver Gill and Jorike come back in, start the second half. Didn't start the second half, come back in after 10 minutes off. I think they put in a real shift in the second half and were two of the most important players for the Banana Slugs in how they played.
Call from the bench was Joey. That was Perryman who had the ball.
Oh!
Went for it.
Took out his teammate.
Took out his teammate. Maybe would have been better served going with his
And
head.
himself.
Is hurt. I think there was a call from the bench for them to maybe consider putting it out. They're back up.
It's a tough
Stays
one,
with the
too, because
Tigers.
Hoolie's been dealing with an injury. Julian Lopez, who went down there, dealing with a knee injury. Just back last week. Yeah, he's making sure that Lopez is okay.
And we're stopping the clock there for Lopez. Yeah, UC Santa Cruz won a high kick on the acrobatics, but I mean he took out his own teammate rather than. Something must have alerted the referee that he needs a check here because seemed out of the blue.
Yeah, he was close to Lopez. I wonder if Lopez even said it to him.
That he needed a check.
Yeah. Or even that he's like, I think the call from here is that there's blood.
No,
You can't have that.
Oh yeah, maybe there was blood. Yeah, definitely. You don't want to mess around with blood on anyone's
Nice white
anyone's
kids.
person or kit. Yeah, not so much for the prettiness, but
No,
you
that's
know, we all know
the
the
only
danger.
reason why.
We all know the danger of a bloodborne disease, so we don't want to take any chances with that. And so a drop ball here.
Works out for Trinity, though, because I think that might have actually been the sub that they wanted to make.
Yeah, it does force them to make the change, right? So
Adam Knutson was already getting ready. I'm not sure that it would have been for Julian Lopez, but
well, maybe.
could have been. Because they moved Julian Lopez was playing in a lower, one of the center midfielder roles, not the defensive, not the attacking, in between. He was playing in there. They pushed Thomas K back into that role, I think. And then from there, they pushed Haj McDonald back into the attacking midfield, and they put Knutson in as the center striker. So it takes some rotating to make that change, but they've got it figured out.
Goes out for a throw. Yeah, we'll see if that was the intent when another player comes on later on. It's a bit early. Trinity don't tend to go this early in the second half making a change, but not terribly early,
yeah.
15 minutes in. Well, not just under 15 minutes in.
Similar, though, to Lopez. Good to have Lopez back. Good to have Luke Mayfield back as well. We haven't really seen him. We haven't seen him in a home game. He played on the road last week, but first time we're seeing him in action this season at home. He's been dealing with a knock that he got during preseason. And he was a very important player for the Tigers last year. Played in a number of different positions. Very versatile player.
So we're stopping the clock here. Second ball came onto the pitch. And for UC Santa Cruz to make subs. We'll make a change. Yeah, he's come off grabbing his back, so making a change for a knock there. Asa Krista comes off. Maybe cork in the back or something like that. Who knows? But he was grabbing his back. I was grabbing my back for years and thought I had back pain. It was hip pain and I needed surgery, so don't mess around with that.
The body's all very interconnected. You feel pain somewhere, it doesn't necessarily mean that's the problem area.
Yeah, my one was a weird one, so throw in, I think, for the Tigers.
I had knee pain growing up because I never stretched, well, partially because
it
I was
your
growing
hips?
too much, but I didn't stretch my hamstrings and quads enough, so it got really tight.
Gathered by the keeper. Yeah, mine. I had knee issues when I was younger, and my physiotherapist was like, "You've got the tightest hips that have ever come through here." And I was like, okay. And then, yeah, turns out I had a bone malformation in my hip.
What a touch there. That's great.
Beautiful opportunity. I just think he didn't see the pass he needed to see that would have really released the banana slug.
Well, I think Alex Baltov did see it,
Yeah.
and was ready to pounce on that as well.
But again, just impressive work from Katetsu Horike.
Yeah. Like I said, I've been really impressed with the Santa Cruz midfield. Horike and Gil in particular have been really important. Gil defensively, just been an absolute engine in there, doing a lot of running, doing a lot of work, showing up when his team need an out through a pass like that. Although he doesn't quite get the touch there. And Horike, on the other hand, been brilliant in terms of the attack.
Beautiful ball to Perryman. Numbers charging forward for the Tigers, but he's had to hold it up thanks to that really good defensive work.
Yeah, I think he would have wanted to play that in earlier, but he just didn't have teammates arriving soon enough, has to slow down, and then, as you said, has to slow down even further because of the defensive work.
Yeah, I believe that was Drew Kroik with the defensive work. But free kick in the end for the Tigers, basically a corner. Call is Joey, so keep an eye out for Joey Perryman. Number 10, he's lurking at the back post. Can't quite see it on the broadcast, but trust me, he's there. You'll see him in a minute, I'm sure. Ball goes in. Was actually near post, but it falls to Joey Perryman. Faked a shot, had a go.
Oh, it's off the
It
post.
was sent in, it comes back off the post, but I think it's taken a touch. It has.
Maybe it's not off
So
the
it's a
maybe it's
corner.
cleared
It
off
might
the
have been
line.
cleared off the line. We'll have another look here, but remember how I said Joey Perryman was lurking? There he is, wide open.
That's why you have
And then he
somebody back
fakes
there.
the shot, beautifully took it down. Yeah, that is. It's cleared off the line. Beautiful work from Lawyer Mamaril.
I don't know if Chandler gets a touch on it. He wants it,
I
but
don't think he does. Keeper comes, only parries it, it's wide open.
Wow.
It's come off the back of the keeper, I think, in the end there. That's your job as a goalkeeper, get in the way. Good work from Tobias Jacobson-Bell. Falls favorably.
Oh, what a
It's
save.
wide open. Jacobson-Bell makes a great save. We saw Gongora make a couple great saves on that side of the pitch in the first half. And now Jacobson-Bell does the same. It's a beautiful header forward. And you just can't leave somebody open like
volley.
that. Does so well to get the shot away, but a great save from Tobias Jacobson-Bell. Corner sent in. Oh, that was a big chance. Needed to get a foot in. And did. Needed to be clean. Knutsen's onside. Keeper comes,
Wow.
gets there. Beautiful work. And then done well by the defense to mop it up and clear it away. That's what you got to do sometimes, just put it out. Great work from the goalkeeper, came off his line. Chance to cut it back. Too many banana slugs there, and it's cleared away. That might be something some people say in Santa Cruz.
Santa Cruz need a break right now. It's been all
Well,
Trinity
it's
the
been all
last 5
Trinity
minutes.
for a while.
I mean, they just
Let's
haven't
take
been
another
able to
look
get
at
out
this
of the
save.
half.
That is stunning. Really great work. Knutsen had to take that shot earlier than he would have wanted
How many replays have we had to show in the last 5 minutes alone?
of Trinity chances.
And
yeah.
how many of them did we not even have the time to show
To
because
show
of
because there
others?
were too many things back to back.
They need it out of their half. They need something, and you can see it on the faces of the players. One, they're frustrated, but two, again, like defensive work is exhausting, and they're gassed. And Knutsen's onside.
On again. He's just got to place it. He goes to ground. Referee says all ball.
Wow.
And it's cleared away. The other thing I'll say about this is there's been 2 banana slug subs waiting to get on for a long while. Goes to ground. That one will be a free kick. Let's have a look back at this. I think this will be the penalty shout.
I think he's offside.
Yeah, I think he's off.
And that I also...
I think Knutsen initiates that contact.
Yeah.
So...
My question there, and you can't really see it from that angle. I think you're right. Knutsen initiates the contact, but it looked to me live like Knutsen's arm got grabbed and he was pulled by the keeper. Now I can't see it on the replay, and it was offside anyway. So I think in the end,
in the end,
all's well that
justice
ends
done,
well.
right?
Yeah.
Because you thought it was offside. It's so hard. It's so hard. All game. And it's been this poor assistant on the near side. It's getting all the tight offside calls all game. And you know, and to his credit, he is he's playing things the same way. He's playing advantage for the attacking side, regardless of who it is. So you got to give him credit for that. That's what people say they want, but then it happens and they get mad about it. So I like it.
great shielding from Knutsen
Knutsen
there.
waits for Perryman. He's going to have to get through 2. I don't think he can. He can't. It goes out for a corner. But yeah, it continues. That's off to our polite UC Santa Cruz player who used some language. I don't know if you heard it.
I think it was pretty likely that well, we'll let the corner
But
kick
he
go.
apologized immediately.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think it's likely that the language he used was not heard, but his apology
His
might have
apology
been
was
heard.
definitely heard. That's what he was apologizing for. He also was spraying himself with water earlier in the game and apologized to us, and none of the water got anywhere near us. But still apologized. Nice guy. Sigfredo Valencia, that is. Politest player we've ever had.
Tigers, Samuel Tice.
From a visiting perspective, at least. Samuel Tice back on for the Tigers. For Joey Perryman, not a surprising sub, really. Perryman had a pretty extended run. It's 40 minutes for Perryman. I do wonder if Caldry's going to get back on. Maybe not. Maybe the run of him as a left back. I was actually impressed. I was
No,
a
me too.
little surprised when they said he was playing left back, but I think he did really well. So hats off Ethan Caldry. I know his parents watch and listen, so I'm going to give him a shout out. I think he did really well.
I think there was a lot being asked of him, and he did a lot of it and got very tired very quickly because of how much of an insanely impossible workload they were trying to give him. And I hope they don't blame him for the fact that he got gassed, because
No, I mean,
that's reasonable.
That was a lot of running. It was a lot to do in not very much time, and it was an unfamiliar position. I don't think I've ever seen him play there. Yeah, but really impressed. So maybe that's something we'll see more of in the future. That's why you do it.
Yeah, we'll see.
Knutsen now on the left, has to cut it back, but none of his teammates were reading it. Banana Slugs lose out. Crave no from the Banana Slugs bench. Cleared away. I think as long as this stays 1-1, there's going to be some tension in the air. The closer we get. 69th minute. Opportunity here for the Tigers, but shot goes very high. Would be a goal in the AFL Grand Final tonight, though. So 11:30 p.m. Central Time is when that's on. I don't know who's airing it. I'm not going to advertise. It's not us. We're not airing it. Go find your nearest Australian pub and go watch the AFL Grand Final. Ball sent long. Beautiful header. That was an unfortunate bounce for Michael Braun because it just bounced up on him, and so it got him in the shin instead of the foot. It's a throw for the Banana Slugs. It works out. There was a deflection there.
This is not the first time this season that Coach McGinley has insisted on this interesting strategy of telling his players while the referees are not yet decided on which way a throw's going to go, to just have his players take the throw
Pick up
in.
the ball and take it.
I don't think that's
And I think every time he's done it, it's gone against him. Knutson has a go. That wasn't that far off. A lot of power. Trinity want a penalty there, I think. Initially, someone was going up for it.
It's who you want on the ball.
Yeah, Adam Knutson.
It's not the best angle.
Had a lot of goal scoring. Look, Knutson goes to ground. I think he knows it's not.
Yeah.
But players down though. Did hit the deck pretty hard, and the ground here can be pretty firm. Yeah. So
we've had some good moisture during the week, so you would think maybe not the most firm it's been, but still
it's always hard. I mean, so background, this used to be a parking lot.
Yeah.
So what's under it is straight up cement.
Great.
It's been grass for many, many years, but it is firm here, so you know. It's
credit though to the grounds crew. They redid this over the summer, the grass, and it's held up better than I've ever seen it.
I believe it's a different grass blend this year than what we've had in the past.
It's held up much better than I've seen it.
Yeah, we had that really muddy game here a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, and it's
the last men's home game, and none of the scars from those challenges are in the pitch.
Yeah.
Like, people were sliding in. I don't see any scars from the pitch. Both coaches, Paul McGinley and Michael Renier, giving advice to their teammates. Renier's 15th season at UC Santa Cruz. He was actually the women's coach from 2002 to 2008 as well. 184, 148, and 53 all time. His entire coaching career has been with the Banana Slugs, whether they're men or women. Also familiar with Texas, played for the Houston Dynamo. Not that Houston Dynamo. Houston Dynamo in the AISA. Which is one of the reasons, fun fact, one of the reasons the Houston Dynamo are called the Houston Dynamo is because of that Houston Dynamo. And because the original name they suggested was deeply unpopular. Also played for Kalamazoo Kangaroos. So goal kick here is how we're going to get started after the injury/drinks break, is what I'm going to call it. The temperature has notably dropped here in the second half. Now that the sun's down. Avery Edgar that was down. Looks like Hayes walking over here under his own power. Opportunity here for UC Santa Cruz. The biggest challenge for UC Santa Cruz was the pressure that was put on. Meant that the player was in an offside position. Could never have gotten back quick enough to really affect something. Ball played forward. Tice just couldn't keep it in.
Yeah, I think it's going over his head, and it's hard to track it. I mean, that's one in football you call that an over the shoulder, right? He's trying to look up and over his shoulder as he's coming and track it, and it's really hard. And It drops on his foot, and it just gets away from him just ever so slightly. But that's all it takes. It's the difference from it going 10 yards to the right and sticking right to your foot.
Tim Cahill against the Netherlands in the 2014 World Cup. He got absolutely robbed of the goal of the season in FIFA. In fact, I think the person that won it said that Tim Cahill should have won.
I don't think so, actually. Not that year. Because James Rodriguez scored a belter in that tournament.
Wasn't as good as Tim Cahill's.
Yeah, that's a debate topic you could have. Because that James Rodriguez goal is...
A volley over the shoulder against the Netherlands. When you're Australia, you got to factor that in.
Yeah, volley over the shoulder from 30 yards away that goes crossbar down.
It's a great goal.
In the
perfectly placed.
In the
Rodriguez didn't win it either.
No, he did not win the Puskas, but I think he won the goal of the tournament.
He did win goal of the tournament over Cahill. Again, robbed. But you're not going to give it to a team that went out in the group stages.
Yeah. Great tournament that was. Great ball. Nobody's home.
Although maybe. Good block, though, from the Banana Sogs. Won the foul. Referee's playing advantage. He will go back. Nair wants a card. I don't know about that one. He is letting them take it up a bit further from where it was. So maybe that's the compensation. 2014, good World Cup. I was tired of watching Australia lose every single game. That I did not enjoy it as much. It's a waste of a free kick from the Banana Sogs that goes out. I did enjoy 2022 because Australia won a bit. And nearly forced extra time against Argentina. Garang Kowal, nearly. Still dream about that save. Just gives me nightmares. Tigers back on it. Anderson. Played over the top. It's going to go down for Tice. Tice gets there, shrugs off his man. Swings it around.
It feels really weird to say that it is still 1-1.
Yeah, it's
the way
1-1.
that Trinity have performed in this second half, it just doesn't feel like that anymore, but here we are.
Free kick here for the Tigers. They want the clock to stop. It's not going to happen. Yeah, I mean, there's certainly been a lot more shots, but on target, not so much. And so,
well, it's just in the first half, it felt like Trinity just never could maintain solid possession, and there were multiple stretches where it was just pinball between the two teams. Great ball.
Beautiful ball. Header's not quite there.
It's in.
It's tapped in. It's good work on the far post. And who else? Adam Knutson. Scores again.
Cleanup duty.
Yeah, look, that's your job when you're up front like that. Really good free kick. That's what makes this. It's a beautiful ball in. The header's great. It was a great contest, to be fair. The defense from UC Santa Cruz doesn't do much wrong.
Yeah,
it just falls to the wrong person.
I'm not even sure that Luke Mayfield's the one that wins the first header. It's just he puts so much pressure on the back line there. It's hard to see who heads it where, but pops up in the air and just head it back across goal and give your guys a chance, and that's exactly what they do. Knutson, great finish.
Yeah, I mean, look, I don't think the Banana Sogs really do anything wrong.
No.
There, like if you're nitpicking, okay, maybe you've left Knutson free, but he's earned that. Like he's got free. Like it's a tough one.
Yeah, absolutely.
But like, and it's a good save. It's a good save. But It just falls to the exact wrong person from a banana slug perspective. And Adam Knudsen scores again, which might then extend his lead. As things stand, he's the national leader. It had gone out before it came back in, so throw in.
Be honest though, you
For the banana slugs.
can't help but say that the way that Trinity have performed in the second half, it was coming. It was deserved goal.
Yeah.
Possession has been all theirs. Ball has very rarely been in their own half. I mean,
yeah, there
has
are
it been there for more than 5-10 minutes total of this half?
That's with the way the banana slugs are playing. They only need 5-10 seconds.
But it's so different from what we saw in the first. Even if they didn't have sustained possession, even if they didn't get into the box as much, there was less Trinity cohesion. They were disrupting what Trinity were trying to do, and Trinity could not play their game. And in the second half, Trinity have had their way.
Yeah, they've been much more in control. It felt like in the first half, UC Santa Cruz was the team more in control. But in the second half, it really has been all Trinity.
I'd 100% agree with that.
And so, look, 2-1 up. It's probably a fair reflection of how the game's gone. I think when we look at it statistically, Trinity's been on top.
And it's really interesting to think about because as much as we can say UCSC, in that first half, control the game, definitely don't have more than 30% possession.
Yeah, I mean, they controlled
the
how
tempo.
The game was played.
Yes,
yeah.
and they that's exactly right. They controlled how the game was played.
Yep.
They made Trinity play their style.
Yellow card there for Adam Knudsen. They've given an assist on the goal to Daniel Urquidi. I think that was
the player who headed back across.
But it was saved by the goalkeeper,
though,
so I don't think that'll hold up under inspection there.
Well, I think my question would be, was it saved by the goalkeeper, or did the goalkeeper get a hand on a cross? I don't think I have the angle to see.
Once the goalkeeper touches it,
okay,
it's not an assist anymore regardless.
Well, there you go.
So
I don't know the stats keeping rules.
Yeah, that's the rules. So I think that won't hold up. But goal goes to Knudsen. Yellow card goes to Knudsen. He's on fire. He's getting in all the stats. He's definitely hit 100 shots on target today. He only needed 2 more to get 100 career shots on target. I'm gonna double check my math on that because maybe he hasn't. He has. He's got 2 shots on target. One of them a goal. So 100 shots on target for Adam Knudsen. 36th goal of his career, 6th goal of the season. As things stand, it'll be his 5th game winner of the season. 15th of his career if it holds up.
Up to this year, he's averaging 10 goals a season. I think he's on pace to change that average a little bit. He's got 6 already.
He's already got 6 this season, so certainly a chance.
Run, get open!
But he is creeping up the D3 goal scorer standings as well. There's an appeal from the Tigers for a penalty. I don't think anything's going to really be doing there.
Goalkeeper's getting the ball either way there. Whether or not it's a foul, I think in that case it's irrelevant to the actual play.
So Knudsen is 7th seventh active D3 goals with 36. He needs a hat trick to go up to 6th. And as we all know, San Antonio hates hat tricks. So it's not going to happen today.
I think initially after that second goal from the Tigers to take the lead, the energy levels for Santa Cruz went drastically up, and I think since that first initial 1-2 minutes, it has stagnated quite a bit, at least at the back in terms of building out.
Yeah, and I mean, I think they're going to have to take some more risks.
Oh, well
right?
done from Tice.
Trinity player's gone down, was kind of run into, not really intentionally, just one of those things that happens as players. Everybody's running and nobody's looking where they're going necessarily.
I think that's a chance that Tice will think he should have scored.
Yeah. Ball comes out wide right. A chance for the Tigers again. It's cut back. Just played around Dugan, but yeah, he was offside. So right decision from Luke Mayfield to run back. Going to stop the clock. Final 10 minutes. Team in front making subs, so clock will stop.
Number 12, Hodge McDonald.
But yeah, like I said, look, UC Santa Cruz have been in every game they've played this year, and tonight's no exception. They've been in every game they've played against Trinity.
No, they've got a solid team with a clear identity and a clear way of playing. And you saw it in the first half how well that system can work. When a team has an identity, it makes them that much better. And when there's buy-in into that identity, like I think has been pretty evident so far for the Banana Slugs, you're going to perform pretty well. And I think tonight that they've shown that specifically in the first half. But still, like it's only 2-1. We've seen Trinity blow teams away.
Yep. Oh, missed clearance there. Want to point out there is a collegiate debut for the Banana Slugs. Chad Lyon, sophomore midfielder out of Sacramento, makes his debut. Number 20 on the left. All ball, says the referee. That was Chad Lyon who came in, made the challenge. Goes out wide left now for Trinity. Oh, two Trinity players just getting in each other's way a little bit there. Comes out for Luke Mayfield. Mayfield's done well on his cameo.
What a flick from
That's a beautiful
Baltov.
flick on. Played forward for Knutson. He's going to have to cut back and maybe find somebody. They're covering him well. They're not letting him get that pass away. Offside. So yeah, just passed it to the man offside. And that's great defense from UC Santa Cruz because they blocked off every other pass Knutson had. They'll let him have the offside pass. You can pass it to the guy that's offside. He's not going to be able to score. Ball goes long, looking for Lyon. Oh, he lost sight of it, I think. Fell behind him, goes out for a throw.
I was concerned there for a second.
I thought it was coming right for you.
I thought it was coming right for you in the monitor.
Mayfield. Yeah, well, you know, I have
Goalkeeper reflexes.
I mean, bad goalkeeper reflexes is demonstrated by my career, but, you know. Goes in. There's two Trinity players there. Knutson just puts some air on it. That's going to have snow on it. As it comes down.
I don't know whether that's what he intended to do or whether he thought he could have a hit from there or what. But
I think that
it
was
worked
supposed
for
to be a
Trinity.
hit. They got possession. So let's go with it.
Sure.
If it worked, if it went
It's a
in,
brilliant pass from Adam Knutson.
that's what he's
really
going to say.
intentional.
That's
like,
what he's going to say.
I can't read minds.
You watch. It's going to be like 83rd minute. You see that great pass I did? If it went in, he would absolutely have said, yep, that's what I meant to do.
Well, the way he lined up for it, that's what made me think it was
Oh,
a
I
shot.
thought it was a shot. It sounded like a shot. Speaking of a shot, it's a big shot from Julian Lopez. But
It was rising
Goes
for too
wide.
long. Once it started dropping, it was dropping with pace. Gave it a chance at the end, but
just didn't have enough space.
yeah.
Lyon looks to get around. Yeah, I think if in doubt, you're going to give that with UC Santa Cruz.
Yeah.
Like, both players went in for it. UC Santa Cruz is territorially at the disadvantage. You got to give it to UC Santa Cruz. Good work again from Lopez. Strong defensive work, though, from Alessandro Castro from the Banana Slugs. Ball over the top, maybe looking for Lyon. Junta will just let it run into his box. Play around with it for a little bit. and then pick it up.
Yeah, dribble as far away from the players as he can, take as much time as he can, and then
Yeah, look, took a few seconds off the clock. When you're 2-1 up, the clock's your friend. We saw UC Santa Cruz. Essentially, UC Santa Cruz were upset about all this time. He's offside, I think, by miles. It's going to be a throw in the end for Trinity.
a lot of frustration right now from the Banana Slugs.
Or a throw for the Banana Slugs, I should say. Oh, that's a big opportunity for the ball. He didn't see him. Oh, he was wide open. Lion was a phenomenal option for the Banana Slugs, and he tried to go short. It's cut out. And now the Tigers back on the ball. Right as I say that, the Banana Slugs come away with it.
I'm wondering, in terms of missing that long pass, if he felt uncomfortable playing that ball with his right foot there.
Lion looks for a switch. Play is caught flat-footed.
Left-sided center back often means you're left-footed.
It just seemed like such a simple ball to just play. You could have rolled it to him.
But I think in a game like this, especially right now, Trinity are flying. They're fast. They're first to every second ball. And I think if you're a center back and you see that pass, you might think, in another game, on my left foot, right, whatever. But in this case, you might just have that fear like Trinity's going to pounce on that. They're going to get there.
The problem is that Trinity pounced on it, but now they've pounced on it right up here instead of down in their own half. So.
Yeah. But that's what it seemed like Trinity can do when they turn up the heat. Strike fear into the opposition in a way that just makes you second guess the little details. And as I've said, the little details, those are the keys. That's where the game is won and lost.
Tigers back on it. Turn, gave away the foul. That's a good turn. That's what earns the free kick. So played back.
It's a risky moment there.
Yeah.
For the Tigers. I think everybody was kind of just holding their breath, looking at a potential second yellow card for Adam Knutson.
Which would put him out for the first game of conference play, which is what's next for the Tigers. Their first ever SAA soccer game against Oglethorpe next Friday at 7 o'clock. Next up for the Banana Slugs is Southwestern. Big opportunity here.
Whoa.
Oh, beautiful work from Knutson.
Let's see.
It's tight angle, and the defender covers well. Beautiful defensive work from Lawyer Mammaril. That's the second time he's come off. He's gone on the line and he's gotten the ball.
It's
he doesn't even. He knows exactly what he's doing. So
yep. It's good patience.
Back, and then it's off his shins, which also, I'm going to say,
Keeper could have picked it up.
Great move, because he did pick it up. Keeper did pick it up. Offside. That's frustrating from the Banana Slugs. But yeah, came off his shins in the end, which meant the keeper could pick it up, so that's good work. But Lawyer Mammaril, who is not a law student, he's not studying law, I was disappointed to discover. Business admin is his major. Maybe he'll transition to law later, though.
It's not out of the question.
It's only undergrad, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, the ads write themselves, so, you know. It's a throw for the Banana Slugs.
That's surprising.
Change comes.
For the Banana Slugs, entering Joaquin Greenberg.
Joaquin Greenberg comes in. Had a cameo in the first half. He looked dangerous up front.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I think, for me, I think often if you're a coach, especially at this level where you can rotate a good deal, you have a lot of different players who can all play the same positions but are very different profiles. And I think You know, when we're talking about him, he's a big, strong number 9, 6'4", right? Presence in the box, back to goal, purebred goal-scoring striker. I don't know that that's what Santa Cruz have looked for in this game. So although he looked dangerous when he came in the first half, I think most of their best opportunities have come from a different archetype of forward, the speedy, smaller forward getting the through ball.
I will say, he is tall, but he is also quick. He does hurdles for the...
Well, there you go. So you got to lead with that before I say
know, but you'd already
not.
started, so I had to come in and interject. Yeah, he's done 300 and 110-meter hurdles, so
well,
he's got the pace.
That, to be fair, doesn't necessarily mean you're quick for a striker.
That's true.
He's got to have like a good, not even 40, like a 10-meter. And, you know, I'll tell you, I'm pretty fast in a 400. Decent in a 100. I cannot run a 40. I can't run a 10-meter sprint. I don't have that acceleration.
Yeah, I'm just terrible at any distance, really. That's why I had to run ultra marathons, is because it gets impressive. If you're slow at an ultra marathon, it's okay. People are just impressed. 20 seconds to go. The Banana Slugs really trying to just get everybody forward. Throw in for UC Santa Cruz. They're going to stop the clock. That almost took out our monitor.
That was close.
It's going to be a yellow card there for Cade Dugan.
Yep.
It's still a throw-in.
It is.
So it's still a throw-in. The yellow card's just for trying to obstruct the throw.
You know,
we're going to run the clock back. We're going to fix the clock.
The Banana Slugs are frustrated by the fact that the original throw wasn't allowed, but they threw it backwards
to the
9 seconds.
With 9 seconds to go.
I think this is a much better choice.
This is a much better choice.
7, 6, 5, 4,
Trinity just have to put it anywhere.
2, 1.
And so it's all over. Trinity come away 2-1 winners, but it was a hard-fought win, stunning free kick, and then cleaned up. We're going to get a look at the goals. This is the beautiful through ball. I think the more I look at it, the more I think it's onside.
Yeah.
So, right decision from the assistant to let that one go
through. It's a great composed finish as well.
Yeah, look, it can be hard when a keeper's bearing down on you. Then this stunning free kick from Bautov fooled everybody. Everybody thought it was going to be Knutson. That was not the case. Goes in, back of the net, and then here's the winner. Keeper got a touch. Look, I think that's a pretty good defense from the Banana Slugs. It just falls to the exact wrong person from their perspective. Adam Knutson puts it away, keeps his goal-scoring form going. He will remain the NCAA Division III leader for game-winning goals for the season as he puts away another one. Phenomenal performance. Trinity 2, UC Santa Cruz 1. It was a tie game. It was a tough game. I think both sides have a lot of things to be happy with. I think both sides have a lot of things to work on. For Trinity, next up for them is conference play. For UC Santa Cruz, they're going to head up the highway to Georgetown, where they're going to play Southwestern. Really, I'm going to keep an eye on that one because I think that's going to be really interesting to see how they got on after the performance in this one. But it's been a great game. There's your stats. Trinity, I think you look at those stats and you go, yeah, okay, they're the winning team. 2-1 winners. But it's been a great game. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you. I've been Chris Hockman. With me has been Scott Lebo. From all of us here at Tiger Network, we hope you have a great night. Enjoy your weekend, and we will see you back for some soccer in 2 weeks.
Every morning, we rise, ready to meet our human potential, to take that next incremental step, to do the hard work that changes. Set in our preparedness and confidence in that moment when you know, I've got this. And then we rise. Each of us, all of us. We rise as passions coalesce in research, art, athletics, and beyond. We rise to the challenge of inquiry and discovery through undergraduate research and hands-on learning. We rise through the personal attention of a small college, fueled by large university resources. We rise to the need for listening across differences, teaching the art and the act of conversation. We rise to the sounds of a vibrant, diverse, and culturally rich city, and we reflect it. At Trinity University, we recognize that you are here because you are ready to rise. And through a love of learning and a life of learning, we will challenge you to always reach beyond the horizon. Because your future awaits.